During the past 20 years, more specifically the past 10 years, the industry has gone through a number of changes. You have companies being acquired, you have the threat of the subscription video on demand companies, you have the blockbusters taking over the release slates from the major studios. What's missing is that creative voice. What's missing is that calculated risk-taking. What's missing is a breath of fresh air. What would prevent the Kamara card be used for non-Kamara movies?
I think it should be used for every movie.
Okay, so just to finish the thought.
And OTT services.
The theatrical business is about a $12 billion business this year?
Sounds about right. At box office, yeah.
Okay, so if you're AMC, you're controlling about 25% of the market?
At least, yeah.
Right, so that's about...
Include the recent acquisitions.
Right, so that's about $4 billion. Let's give him a little bit more. I've known Jim Cardwell and respected Jim Cardwell for the better part of my time in the industry. Jim and I started out as competitors. I was at Universal, he was at Warner Brothers. Competitors are tough. While you do have unique properties, you're always battling each other for market share and marketplace. But Jim was one of the competitors that I respected. So based on the fact that I respected Jim, I made it a point to get to know him. The more I got to know Jim, the more I got to know him as a human being besides a businessman, and the more I liked Jim.
Right? Would you agree with that? No, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Because we're not using this for financial decision making.
We're not using it for greenlighting.
Based on 100 years of experience of the partners that are currently on board, let alone the learning curves that each one of us have seen in our own industries. I've spoken to Ryan regarding the life of Universal Studios in itself. It took 100 years to get to where City Walk, the theme park, and the studio is today. Within a matter of less than 9 months, we've encapsulated the idea that efficiency to market will be a significant opportunity.
There's a lot of very seasoned people in this organization, extreme resumes, extreme experience, extreme talent and vision. And the founding officers have selected Ryan to run this because he has an all-encompassing grasp of virtually every aspect of this business. This, I think, all encompasses Ryan's original vision of what this creative world, this entertainment world has been lacking.
Kamara is addressing that void that is existing in the industry by producing quality content and believing in artists and putting the power back in the hands of the artist. Also by aligning them with the financial upside in the work that they do.
On the Academy, I think we should be looking at global film schools, not just U.S. film schools.
I agree, absolutely.
Yeah, there's some really good film schools in Poland, for example.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, for sure.
great cinematography that we can pull out of Poland.
One in the UK is supposed to be very good
One
too.
in the UK, tougher to pull out of the UK.
But cinematographers out of Eastern Europe are traditionally very good. They're some of the best.
We go to Albania and go to the...
Oh, that'd be great.
These are the leaders of industries that share a common vision for protecting the artist and putting the power back into the hands of the artist. I think all the people that have come together in this company have really come together because they believe in the material. They believe in the experience that we all want to feel in the cinema.
What is the expansion? The expansion means we want to have it protected in Europe, in US, in China, in whatever.
So we're protecting the integrity of the cinematic experience, and we're building on top of it. In the beginning, at least, I don't want to start negotiating with every movie theater because we can't deliver that early on. But if we have a model that builds on top of that, then I think we have a compelling marketing tool.
To help young artists. Help young filmmakers. I mean, this is it.
It's the main thing.
This is baked. Like, all you have to do is get behind it, and I mean, it's so exciting, man.
Ryan's plan was incredibly wide-ranging and ambitious. I mean, really, the movies were just the beginning. He wanted to create a media conglomerate and a total consumer and entertainment experience.
Any given major used to make over 20 films per year, and now they're down to, say, 10 or 12. So because of that separation of the major and independents in terms of how many films they produce per year and also the budget sizes, there's this large void between, say, $20 million production budget and $100 million. In between there's hardly any content being produced because it's perceived as too risky for the independents. And the studios simply, it's not on their agenda to compete in that space.
You know, it's time for someone to step up and be the risk taker. Somebody to stand up and fulfill the gap of what entertainment's is missing now.
Interesting. You want to go see a movie, you want the movie to have backdrops like that, right?
Yeah, see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Ryan comes with a very interesting background because he has been involved in many aspects of the business, from the front of the camera, from behind the camera, from a business acumen. He's also had the taste of success, and he's had the taste of defeat. And defeat makes you smarter. And Ryan has become a much more rounded, better executive because of his successes, but also because of when he's lost.
Don't worry.
And so I think we're going to start moving slowly back into entertainment. You know, my breakfast meetings with you have kind of inspired me to get back into the business. But much more looking forward to potentially doing the things that will be coming out of a special place that you're creating.
If you're down here and you're looking, you can actually see that there's no interference of the buildings. There's a little bit here, but you basically have perfect 360 degree from this back lot. And then this back lot looks a little bit different in real life. This is where they built the water stage.
If it's something that's unusual and something that's made with love, an artist paints a canvas with love. He puts himself into that canvas. If we have people like that, I think we're gonna beat everyone at this business. I really do.
Kamara will be serving a global market, but the production will be done in Spain largely. Shot at the studios and certainly at locations around the world, whatever is suitable for the film. We plan to establish it as a go-to place for putting all the money on the screen and having this truly extraordinary place for filmmakers.
I don't think you can have too big a vision. I think the issue is whether you can fulfill that vision, whether you have the resources, the skills, the management, the manpower, and the drive to fulfill the vision.
During my time with Kamara, we've moved at an incredible speed. We went from an idea to having a business plan with full financials, and in the process of recruiting equally talented executives to become part of the team.
They're valued at 100 times or much higher time PE than any of the traditional conglomerates that are big and substantial. So this is really how it's been for a long time. Innovation is duly needed. We'll be doing a digital platform. There's nothing unique about having a digital platform. There's a lot of players out there doing that. I'll get to why ours will be different. Kamara is going to have the same strength as the other majors, just going to be a bit more flexible and innovative in how it produces that content.
Seeing this, I would still issue the token as a suggest. It mimics a normal share, so it has a dividend right, and you have somehow a stake in the equity. Now, the smart thing about the way we proposed it.
There have been several attempts to start up studios. The ones that didn't have the creativity, the imagination, and the financing fell by the wayside. But I see Kamara as having the creativity, the management, the discipline, and the financing to be successful.
But this ambitious idea couldn't be done at all without a big and enormous passion. And this passion comes from love of film, of his industry, by Ryan and all his partners. They love what they do. They love making films, they love this industry, and they want to create a new era of the film industry.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Esta es la foto.
Yeah, every angle.
You have to imagine that here are 144 photographers. They shot at the same time.
A major studio on this scale to come to life in our time is a very, very rare thing. The magic wand for me in 5 years is Kamara would have a reputation of making quality films unsurpassed by all the other majors in the world.